Chat, here we go. It's Nush versus Nuggets in a 1v1 that had a bit of a crazy start in my defense. We're in a new map. It's a new season. And we will see how this new map plays in top level 1v1. But when I hit like create match or whatever, the server name switched from EU to Oceania, in which I thought I was absolutely screwing over the players, and I was panicking because I wanted to let them know I got scammed. I had it set to EU, but then when we actually got into the match, it was EU. So I don't know why the display switched to saying we were going to go to Oceania. Obviously, it's not a bug because there's never any new bugs in new updates. So anyways, Nush versus Nugget. Nugget just played a couple matches yesterday, and he played at a very high level, taking down some big wins. But Nush has done well against everyone who isn't like a top-tier salt mine level player. That being said, Nugget has already gotten wins over, even though he didn't make it into the salt mine those many months ago. It's actually been a while since salt mine has been played. It almost feels like we should stop bringing it up, but it is definitely the most prestigious 1v1 tournament that has happened in recent memory. And Nugget has at least gotten wins on players who played well in salt mine despite not being there. Nush was too young. No. He could have played, right? That was after the too young limit was changed. I honestly don't know. No, that was the start of this season. Yeah, I think he was too young. I think it was before RLCS announced the change, which is wild to think about because it feels like it's been that way for so long now. But Salt Mine might have been before it. Nugget wanted the ground pinch here after going up 2-1. How old is Nush? Nush is 14. He's on Team Rock. For those of you who have watched us, cover the MENA RLCS, you'll know that Nush, Ops, and Dr. Gnome play together on an all 14-year-old team, except that's no longer the case. Ops has officially turned 15 and is now, of the previous RLCS age, as Nugget goes for the wave dash off the reset and could not connect on the bump. So it's going to be a walk-in here for Nush to tie the game. Nuggets and Nush, 52 to 48% in the prediction. I wanted to go check it, make sure that the submissions were ended. They are indeed ended, and it is a very equal prediction, which I think is correct. I have no idea who's going to be in terms of Nush or Nugget. It's going to be a little bit tough with these similar-ish names. It's Feer's fault he didn't tweet. I swear, please don't ban me. Oh, it's true. I haven't tweeted the past few streams. This one got going very quick. Maybe I need to go back. Did they change my video settings? Sorry, I just wanted to check real quick. Something about this map is making me feel like my video settings are changed. But maybe they're not. Nush on a kickoff win. Trying to go low 50. Now power shot cut off. Not going to have the kind of boost that Nugget has, but he has more than enough to work with. Little wave dash catch of the ball. An attempt to get it around to the right side of the nets. Nugget has not been able to escape this pressure that all started off the kickoff. You can now see that there's timestamps up there on the quick chats. And you can see this one was at 2:34. People were trying to complain that it makes the quick chat busier and harder to, read, I guess. I promise you that within like a week of having it there, you're just going to forget it's even there, and it's just going to be helpful. I think that it's not a big deal in terms of like people are like, can I turn it off? Where's the settings to turn it off? I don't know. I really think that you will forget it's even there, and it will just be helpful in no time. But maybe I'm just a psionic shill. I don't know. Nice play from Nuggets to make this 4-4. By the way, Ryan Lacey, thank you for the tier 1 for 71 months. And Ronnie Urban, thank you for the brand new Prime. Much appreciated. Nugget going to take advantage of, or maybe not take advantage of, a big mistake from Nush as he missed the ball on the back wall. Nush recovering like a madman to get there. Now going to bump Nugget and a little ground pinch to finish. It's not as strong as he probably would have liked, but it's going to be good enough as he bumps Nugget away. And then just needs almost a... Oh, Nugget missed a wall dash. I don't think he would make it back. Even with that slow of a shot, it seemed like it'd still be in. US replays save chats. Yeah. I wonder why they don't. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to add, but... maybe it would. Maybe a chat log could get too ridiculous. Right now, Nugget is down 1 with 1:30 left to go. I think Nugget was not only on a nice match win streak, but also a game win streak. That could be ending right here if Nush is able to take him down. Cuts off this shot and should have a recovery for a 6th goal. I know Nugget has had fast recoveries, but I don't think it's going to be this quick. Nuggets, ooh, little wave dash control in the corner after taking the kickoff into Nush's back corner. Little wave dash on both the wall and the kickoff in order to get to make that play. 1:07 left to go. Certainly a ton of time, especially with how high scoring Nugget seems to play his games. This is almost on the low scoring end for one of his. Nush, oh my goodness, did he get Nugget to own goal? Insane shot from Nush as he starts with a flip on the air dribble, gets another reset, the flick into top shelf, and yep, he got Nugget to double it. I'm not even sure he would have been able to. I don't even know if he'd have been around to do it. I think that might have just been bouncing out, but he convinced Nugget to score for him, and he'll get his 2-goal lead. Nugget chasing Nush off the ball, but getting himself demoed as he tries to go back to the midfield and power slide to control. Wait, what a great respawn. Ends up being in the perfect position to challenge and keep himself within 1 here with 31 seconds. What happened to the Manfield map? This is not the Manfield map. This is Salty Fest. I'll admit that I don't know if it's just a new map or something. A lot of my settings seem to get changed. I don't know if a setting has gotten changed or there's something weird about this map. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm going to check them after game 1. Oh my goodness, Nugget. Should we be surprised? A kickoff goal and a tie game. Nush seemed like he was about to run away with it, but it's a wave dash kickoff for Nugget. We might be looking at an overtime in another 14-goal game, which is just run-of-the-mill for Nugget. Nush taking the midfield. Nuggets not panicking as Nush recovered back. Seemed like maybe he was trying to go demo. Oh, Nuggets. The patience around the net for a guy who has made his made his best work at top speed, going insane on the ball. This time, it's a calm, collected roll towards the net. That will eventually get him his lead. 15 seconds left to go. And Nugget appears to be inevitable right now. Early jump on the wave dash kickoff from Nush to get down to the ground quickly. He's got himself the possession he wants, but maybe not because he doesn't have a rolling ball, but he got the ball up quickly. So what's happening here is Nush, he does have a rolling ball. He doesn't have a bouncing ball, so he can't get underneath it. Nugget knows he's going to have a tough time getting the ball up quickly, so he goes to challenge him before he has control of it, but did not expect Nush to pop it up that quickly. So he gets caught out of position. Now a 0-second goal. No, Nugget wants a new kickoff. Thinks he'd do better with a second try. And he does win this kickoff heavily. Nush maybe delayed it slightly because he was nowhere near Nugget on the kickoff. As Nugget wants the 50, didn't get the ground pinch. Nush was there. I'm not sure if he would have saved it or not. Oh, Nush missed in and out of the net. Nugget correctly missed high. If he had put that on target, Nush would have had the save, and I'm sure he's frustrated because of that as he goes in and out of the nets, but he couldn't help but panic as the ball went into his crossbar and down, and he flipped himself out of the net for Nugget to finish. Nuggets up 1-0 in a best of 5, and he continues his game win streak. Game number 2 in the new map. It's Salty Fest, a modification of Salty Shores. And unfortunately for those of you who got baited by the tweet, there is no tournament for the Salty Fest. I was just joking about combining Salt Mine and Fear Fest into Salty Fest. But I wish. Maybe they're running something behind the scenes without my knowledge. But I highly, highly doubt that. As Nuqqet will get a demo and get the first goal. Nush flipping through the back corner boost and holding that power slide so he can roll up the wall without losing momentum. After getting his attempt challenged, he's going to get a bump and reset here from the back corner. Talking about resets, he gets this one early, but never uses it. Allows Nuqqet to come challenged. What a early jump and then late flip from Nush in order to kind of bait Nuqqet in and tap it around him. It seems like he's thinking about diving in because it looked like Nush made a mistake from the average perspective, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Got that touch over the top of Nuqqet. 1-1. Nush going to ceiling hike, looking for the ground double. Nuqqet never commits on that. It's just waiting it out for his opportunity to counterattack, and he eventually gets it. The timestamp on the quick chat looks awful. Again, maybe I'm a psionic shill, but I just really think it's not a big deal. And I think everyone is going to forget that it was there, and it will just become helpful very quickly. But maybe I'm crazy. Nuggets on the mirrored wave dash kickoff elects to prioritize ball as Nush goes to grab the midfield boost. Great recovery there from Nuqqet to knock it scored on off the kickoff. Kickoffs prove again to be where Nuqqet seems to play his best 1v1 Rocket League. And he's got himself another full field dribble from the back corner. This time does not use the reset, goes to the ground for a 50, and even though he doesn't score, he has managed to keep possession. Keep putting Nush on the back foot. Every single save has to be high quality. Otherwise, Nuggets going to find his way out. And this one, the 50 seemed to force the poor recovery from Nush. By the time he turned around, he left some space behind him, and Nuqqet found it. Instead of fixing DDoSing, they add chat timestamps and new demo sounds. Yeah, I haven't heard the new demo sound. And I guess I probably won't hear it from spectator mode. Or I guess you probably can't hear it at all in 1v1 anyways. What a flick. This flick from Nuqqet. It doesn't come with the same consistency as Moxie's does. But man, when it hits, it's a boomer. And he will launch it over the top of Nush for a 5-1 lead. But yeah, I think DDoSing, I think they've got to be aware of it. I think it's also interesting how DDoSing has been a great example of how problems that affect the top 0.01%, 0.001% can influence, you know, the entire community. I think DDoSing is that, because I know you guys like to press 1 in chat, so I can't ask you. You'll just all spam 1. In fact, let's go ahead and test it. If your game has been DDoSed down in your low rank, type 1. Yeah, 3 people are already typing 1. Of course, everyone's just going to type a bunch of 1s, even though I didn't play a ton of games, but not once did I get DDoSed in my Grand Champ games, because the DDoSers, they win. And when they win, they become higher ranks, and then they only play against the pros. So it really is something that like only the pros are dealing with, as far as I'm aware, or near pros. And yet everyone is basically affected by it because we're all aware of how much of a problem it is for them. And we see it on the leaderboard as well. But I'm sure they're trying to fix that. I'm sure they're not ignoring that. I just think it's not as easy. And like hacks, as Nush is going to make a big miss, allow Nuqqet to make it 7-1. I think they don't want to ban people as soon as they can, because that ends up becoming really good training data for Rocket League as they find problems. I don't know the full answers. I'm sure they're trying to figure it out. It is weird that they haven't mentioned anything because they, of course, the people who are DDoSing probably know that they're trying to stop them. So it wouldn't really hurt to just be like, yeah, we get it. They're still DDoSing. We're working on it. But I think they might just be like ashamed they don't have the best answer right away. I don't know. I don't know why they're not responding to that. But I do know it's probably... Wow, Nuggets popping off. It's probably in the works. And Nush wants to go next. 8-1. Man, Nugget is going crazy right now. Let me pause this game and end it here. Not only is he winning, he's often forcing his opponent to forfeit early in the process of winning, as he's got himself a 2-0 lead. GG. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought that was incredibly toxic, but I think I understand what he was saying. For a half second, I thought Nugget was pre-GGing before the game even started for what he was calling the last game because he was going to win. And what I realized afterwards is that he's probably just saying, hey, I couldn't get GG in time at the end screen for the last game. So just want to let you know that last game was a GG. I think that's probably the real explanation. Fear just assumes the worst, toxic mindset. I mean, it's the first time. Yeah, no. Okay, you're right. I do. You caught me. I want a little bit of toxicity. But I think, unfortunately, Nugget is just being wholesome and making sure he got his GG in from the previous game. Nush up 1 in this game number 3. Early start in his favor. Unfortunately, that means he has matched his scoreline that he was able to get in the previous game. But now he's already doubled it, and he's dropping a close one. And I'm not so sure that Nush didn't also take it as slight toxicity, because all of a sudden he's quick chatting, and he was not quick chatting before. So I think there is a little bit of spice there. Nush trying to force the side flip 50 in. Did not succeed in doing so, and the king of the counterattack finds his way to capitalize once again, as Nush wanted a demo, and there wasn't a humongous window or angle for a Nugget to shoot, but he'll always get there. Nush grabs the midfield boost again. Nugget always seems to find a way to punish the player who seemingly wins the race to boost, and therefore, you know, might have the better position, even in this case of Nush, who had the ball. But Nugget, who did not prioritize that, just prioritized the play, got a demo, and eventually put himself on offense, and now he's been on offense ever since. Showing how little the midfield boost can matter if you play it correctly, and this time Nuggets will eventually get his goal. And Nush says, Feer, change server. All right, we're going to a new server. 2-2 at 3:14. We are headed to a new server. Game 3 continues at 2-2, 3:14. We got a little game restart from Nush, hopped into a new server, and maybe we'll see ourselves a brand new Nush. Nuggets has been picking apart his opponents. Oh, flick top right. My goodness. I tell you what, this server works for Nugget. That much is clear, as he will boom a flick with perfect precision into the crossbar right behind Nush. Nush seems like maybe he won the kickoff as he's taking the ball to his back corner with 100 boost, but Nugget always seems to find a way to make that not the case, although he doesn't this time. This is a clear win for Nush as he has himself a dribble possession. He takes it straight down the field, and he just lost the dribble ahead of his car to the point where he could not meaningfully flick it anymore, and it just allows Nugget a clean takeaway and a 2-goal lead. Nuggets, another kickoff goal. And this is why you have to be mentally tough. You have to be mentally tough to play ones. You have to be extremely mentally tough to play ones against Nugget. He can just take games over with a few kickoffs in a row. And he's just a pest. And with how fast he is, and he'll challenge you at times you never expect. I think it's just going to be really frustrating to play against. Nush is going to get a goal here. And that's important for his life in this match, as it seemed like Nugget was pulling away. First time chatter says, is it me or is Nush trolling? And listen, if you've been watching the past few days, and for those of you who have been watching Nugget in his last few matches, I think that has something similar has been said about every opponent he's played against. So either Nugget is on an insane luck streak where every one of his opponents happens to be trolling, or maybe Nuggets' play style and Nuggets' ability is forcing this out of his opponents. And I think it's that one. I mean, I'm sure it's that one, but obviously people who are maybe tuning in for the first time might think Nush isn't quite playing his game, might have thought his previous matchups weren't quite playing their game. I think it's time to give credit to Nugget. Nice fake here from Nush, by the way. It's a huge mental win to fake somebody that hard. That can recover the mental quite a bit. Nush trying to find a way to get a clean possession off this kickoff. Didn't have a great first opportunity, but I think he was more focused on the extended possession, and he gets his demo and eventually gets his goal. So he is not out of this one. Nush has recovered and is within one with a minute 24. Nugget predicting that Nush would not be challenging him because he slowly collected that dribble, and it was a bit of a dangerous spot to have it in. Ooh, Nush almost pre-flip saved. Did he get a touch? Did it have blue trail? I thought he got there. I was actually surprised to see it still go in. It maybe never had... Oh, no, it did have blue trail. It just barely didn't save it, though. Nush pool shot into this kickoff. Has the ball a little bit too deep in Nuggets' half to be a perfect setup, but he found a way to get a nice air dribble out of it. Nugget recovers, though, and does not allow the follow-up shot, and then a little zap dash into the power shot. And there's Nugget extending the lead back to 3. Nugget has very obviously practiced all the dashes in the game, wall dashing, zap dashing. He wants to be quick on zero boost. You know what he hasn't practiced based on our last match? Pogos. So we know what's next for things that Nugget needs to focus on. Am I right, chat? Nugget just own goal, though, on this kickoff. Dropping the great pass as Nush did well. Nugget had to 180 here on his wave dash, and then just really had no choice but to own goal. And as good as this is for Nush, working his way back, getting a few kickoffs in a row, this just feels like Nugget's game. Whenever the scoreline is near double digits for both players, Nugget always ends up winning. He seems to be able to thrive in the chaos of as many kickoffs as possible, but Nush is... No way! This is what I'm talking about. Somehow Nugget makes a save after Nush 50s that in. That by all means should have just been a goal, but Nugget has plot armor in these high-scoring games and somehow gets back to make the save. And at this point, I mean, how can you play as Nush anymore? He ends up making a poor challenge in the midfield, but I mean, you just got to be tilted off the face of the earth when Nugget finds a way to save those. 2-goal lead for Nugget. his game win streak right now is going to continue. It's not just his series win streak, his game win streak. Nuggget cannot seem to be beat as he takes another show match 3-0.